Hello, everyone. Welcome to Alphawisdom. I'm Mystic Cassandria. Here is your question sheet. We're dealing today with two examples. Okay. First question. What hand shape does this person have? All right. So if we look at this, I think you can see and you can gauge just by looking from this point to this point and this point to this point. This is a long hand. And it seems a little shorter here. So this is actually rectangular. The fingers are shorter than the length of the palm. So that makes it a fire hand. I hope you got that, and I hope you thought you had it. Whenever you have rectangular hands with shorter fingers, that is a fire hand. And this reveals a person who only processes information long enough to act upon it. They are always on the prowl, so to speak. They're competitive and keen to initiate events and drive things forward. They are willing to study, but only for long enough to acquire a skill or ability that enables them to progress and achieve. Impatience is a key trait. They aren't afraid to take a risk. In fact, they understand that risk-taking is necessary to gain an advantage. So that is your fire hand. So if anybody has a fire hand, that's pretty much who you are. You may not fall under every single one of those categories I mentioned to you, but the majority of them, especially with the hand shape, yes. All right, let's leave this momentarily and go to the next example for question number 2. Number 2, how mature is this person? Are they wedded to a particular vocation? And to get that answer, we have to take a look at that fate line. Here is the fate line. Now, I think we're all clear on the fate line. I hope you are. That says something about what you're interested in as far as career or perhaps even a job. Okay, but this is short. So that has some meaning here. All right. So when we look at that fate line, there is no fate line. Actually, it's to some extent it's there. So this indicates a deep immaturity. And as a child, perhaps, there would have been little sense of who they were. They didn't get that kind of nurturing. There is a half of a fate line on this hand. So there may be no idea what vocation or path to follow until they are in their later 30s. So sometimes this is not by choice, it's by chance. Many times people mature a little early, they just don't know. Nobody's pushing them in any particular direction. They're sort of free-spirited. And if they hear comments as to, well, you should do it this way, they tend to kind of shrug their shoulders. They're not that interested. But here, when they get to this point, they're ready. And as far as the timeline on this is just before I'd say they're around 33. Because once it crosses, at the point it crosses on the headline, that's usually about 35, age 35. Okay, let's leave number 2. We're still on this one for number 3. Seeing the question, look at the print patterns. Is this someone who has a relaxed and stable way of thinking? First of all, you see on the top it says tinted arch is the dominant pattern here on the fingers. Tinted arch. So if you're not clear on the tinted arch, we have gone over this. It earns its name tinted, vertical line, because it resembles a tent pole that appears in the middle of the arch, right in here in the middle. Okay? It is a sign of a heightened degree of emotional sensitivity, idealism, and enthusiasm. So since it's on all the fingers, the whole makeup of this person is emotional sensitivity, idealism, and enthusiasm. This goes in connection with the thinking and, communication, what the public sees in them, very sensitive, their attitude towards society, and how they think of themselves. Fortunately, the fingers are long, so they think highly of themselves, and they're very sure on that. So that's the tinted arch. Okay, let's see the rest of that question. Relaxed and stable. Okay, then we can leave that, and we're going to go on to the next one. Number 4. Is this a person likely to enjoy music? All right, here we have this. This is a loop of rhythm. And this is always found on the Venus. Thumb close to the edge. That is, it's not in the center, okay? Rhythm, music. That's what we have here, music. So, this is an indication that the person really enjoys music. And then with this long ring finger, that adds more to it. So it's probably someone who has a career in music and enjoying what they're doing and doing quite well. Okay, there's no Apollo sign, but perhaps there's one that our focus is not on the Apollo sign. All right, the rest of that question, as we see here. Now, check the heart. So we move back to the other one. Check the heart line. And as we look at the heart line, we see it starts here. A little stress at the beginning, that's normal, but then it's a straight line. And it curves up, has a fork going here and up. So it's fairly strong. There's nothing wrong with the quality. And we're looking for the presence of a long ring finger, which we saw on the previous one. Long ring finger and a loop of rhythm. So we have that here. So we're looking at this one to just take a look at the heart line. Okay. Now we can put this back. Loop of rhythm, yes. And long ring finger. So once you are able to go with those kinds of detail, you'd be surprised how your intuition comes in because you know the material very well and you lean in the correct direction for the answer. Remember, reading a palm is joyful and you want to be positive as possible and give good information to the person you're reading. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Share, give a thumbs up. Don't forget that. And subscribe if you haven't. And welcome to the new subscribers. Very happy you're here. Have a great day. Love yourself. Love and light. Bye.